What is going on YouTube? Hidden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. So guys, I definitely have some good news over yesterday's video. As you guys can see, yesterday we were pretty much focusing on this major symmetrical triangle at play. And I also showed you guys a bunch of videos, as you guys can see, of the tropical storm Ian, or sorry, the Hurricane Ian, that was a Category 4 hurricane that hit my apartment complex and knocked my power and water out for multiple days here. So if you are interested in seeing that and you didn't see it, that was yesterday's video, so make sure to go check that out over here because it is pretty crazy to see what exactly happened. Now regardless, yesterday's video we were tracking this major symmetrical triangle forming on XRP, and I definitely have some good news because not only did XRP start to show us some positive signs of potential swing to the upside, we also saw it with the S&P 500. Finally, after many days of struggling, we have finally done what was needed and swung back to top resistance here, which took so long to do. And I'm just glad it finally happened because this is a huge sign that we are going to be heading back to the upside here after retesting major resistance. So it's definitely a good sign, and hopefully we could start to see a positive swing back to the upside on the relative strength indicator. And hopefully that will allow us, as you guys can see over here, to slowly head back to the upside like this. We'll see how long it takes, we'll see how far we go, but it is definitely a positive sign to see in regards to the S&P 500, because the way we were trading with us being down here for literally a week's time here was a terrible thing. We were trending lower than our previous resistance that we were retesting right here, our previous support, sorry. But the only positive we had here is that we were extremely oversold, so it was only a matter of time before we started to head back to the upside, which was exciting, and we were hoping that that's the direction that we headed to, because otherwise we'd see a major dip back to the downside here, potentially seeing a 40% correction on the S&P 500, which would be a beyond a bear market. We'd be like getting, it'd be a recession at that point here. But with all that being said, guys, if you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's dive into today's video. So guys, as you can see, top 10 cryptocurrencies, everything looks pretty good over the past 24 hours, if not over the past 7 days. We've only managed to move up only 0.16%, but if you guys can see, the last 7 days, we've had a pretty substantial rally to the upside here in most of the cryptocurrencies. Now, I'm not talking about a bull market, but a small correction back to the upside, a relief rally, some might call it here, which is definitely a positive sign here. We're up almost 6% on Bitcoin on the 7-day, 3.4% on Ethereum on the 7-day, 7.25% on BNB, 12.3% on XRP, and some of these other cryptocurrencies are also up double digits, which is definitely a positive sign to see. Specifically with XRP, you guys can see we did just recently draw on what appears to be a new symmetrical triangle filling in the gap here, and as you guys can see, just yesterday on the 4-hour, we managed to break through this downtrend here, which means I did not find the resistance line that we needed, and as you guys can see, this is the one that we actually need to have in regard on the symmetrical triangle here. The reason you can tweak and adjust charts is because they're not a closed system, and the other thing is the fact that we didn't have 3 retests of resistance. This was going to be the 3rd retest. We had 1 right here, 2 right here, and 3 really confirms that. So with that being in place here, we now know exactly where the symmetrical triangle is heading, and we know when it comes to an end here. But you can see us filling in the gap with higher lows, lower highs. We can almost see some sort of like 5-point Elliott wave if we really wanted to, something along the lines of this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's the 5th, filling in the gap here, completing the triangle, and we now are looking for some sort of movement here. That's pretty much what we're at, because we're filling in the gap here. There's not much more room, honestly, to maybe the 7th, which is 2 days left before we get some sort of position, some sort of movement here. Ideally, the problem with XRP is this purple downtrend here is a massive resistance, as you guys know, that we've been tracking for quite some time. You can see on the weekly here why it's such resistance, because ever since for forever, since the beginning of XRP's real movement in here, we've been forming, for the most part, major descending triangles here. From this was back in 2018 of January here, major downtrend, then we break through it, and then we see a bull run. You can see right now we've had another one form after the rally, the previous rally. You can see since May of 2021, we've had another downtrend in regards to a descending triangle here, and now we're looking for, again, this section here, which is what we're dealing with. We're looking for some sort of section here where we're able to pop off a little bit. So I don't think we're going to see a bull market just yet, but pretty much filling in the gap for the rest of 2023. And then towards the end, we could potentially see that rally to the upside. So we're right here. This is what we're looking for, just at the same point here. So I am excited. And the goal is for XRP to ideally break us through this major resistance level here. We are trading at 50 on the relative strength indicator, which isn't terrible, but we are still battling this major resistance here, and it's major resistance because we've tried in the past here and we've been nothing but rejected here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the 5th rejection point here. So what we're looking for is a confirmation on the weekly, ideally, for us to trend above it. We want a weekly candle to close us just a little bit higher. Close it at 56 cents, close it at 53 cents. We could even trend out of it and keep at the 48 cents that we're currently trading at. Maybe we go up to 49 cents, but we just trend outside of this downtrend here, above or outside the purple band here. That would be enough proof to say, okay, things are looking very good for XRP, and there's a good chance we could expect to see a pump to the upside. We're also waiting for it to see some sort of movement here on the daily too, but I wouldn't go any further than maybe the daily and the weekly here. I wouldn't use the hourly or 4 hour because it is quite aggressive, but ideally what we're looking for is to complete filling in this gap here. We're looking to complete this resistance here. If we're able to close a daily above this major resistance here, then there's a very big chance we'll be able to rally back to the upside here, maybe 60 cents. You know, who knows where we could be heading to, but vice versa. We could also get rejected completely and correct all the way down to 37 cents, which we don't want to happen, but it truly just, you know, becomes filling in the gap here. We need a decision. Obviously, we don't trade inside these channels here because of how aggressive they are, and it's a 50-50 chance of a bull run or a bear run or a bear drop. But you can see here, if we confirm closing at 49 above this downtrend we've had some problems with, then we know to buy in long. We can, you know, anticipate a long position, and we could buy in for a trade like that. If we close below our supports at about 45 cents, we can buy in for a short with expectations of a dump. Obviously, I do all of this on Bityard, the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange that I like to use here on the channel. And clear as day, if you have XRP pulled up, which not many exchanges do, but Bityard does, which is awesome here, and you can find Bityard linked down in the description, you can clearly see the downtrend that's forming here that you can actually leverage trade as well. So you can see just by pulling up the charts here on TradingView, we can clearly draw our uptrend beautifully, we can clearly draw our downtrend beautifully, and you can now understand or see the pattern that's starting to form here, and how once we complete this, if we can see the daily closes above or below, then we'll know to buy in for a long or short position. We close above here, we buy in for a long. We close below here, we buy in for a short. We could do that by leveraging the amount of crypto that we have. We can leverage it by, you know, I think it goes up to 50x. We could do anything, 30x, we can do 20x. It's that simple. We can do a market order. We can even short this if we expect to see the dump actually happen here, which is huge. So get prepared and get familiar with using Bityard, because it is one of the best cryptocurrency exchanges that I like to use here on the channel. The best part is, if you do sign up with the link down in the description, you can click mystery box once you sign up and you can get free crypto, which is super cool. And the second best part is they offer a demo account, which I highly recommend. I mean, as for you guys wanting to real trade, that's totally up to you, but I specifically recommend using their demo account, which allows you to trade around with monopoly money until you're ready for that push. You know, I would never tell anybody to trade who's not ready. Honestly, you can just do what you want in regards to trading, but I do recommend that because we talk about cryptocurrency, you should at least try to use the demo account because it's completely free. There's no risk. It's monopoly money, so I definitely recommend that. But as for this, moving forward now, you can see here on the S&P chart, I mean, we talked about XRP. We're filling in the gap here. Ethereum, not seeing so much movement. It's just kind of trading sideways. There's a potential for a double bottom, something like this. And if you guys have another pattern, feel free to tell me now. But otherwise, even Bitcoin isn't really doing much. You can see we're kind of just trending sideways. We are starting to battle this resistance, which is quite exciting here, but we just need more time to either fill it out, to break down, to break up. That's really what we're looking for. And the best judgment of this could be the S&P 500, which finally, as of yesterday, managed to close us above this major resistance. This was it, guys. The triple bottom that happened right here, the bullish break here. You can see this is neckline, but you can see, there is a possibility that this could be considered a double bottom to some, but ideally the fact that we broke back above this major resistance and we're back inside this sideways channel here, which is where most of the support is huge news and positive news for the S&P 500. This will hopefully help us at least trend sideways here, fill in the gap, and then eventually continue the rally to the upside here, because it's fairly positive that we're starting to see this reversal back to the upside here. But otherwise, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video, guys. Excuse me. I will be probably home at the end of this week, so Saturday, maybe Sunday's video will be the normal schedule, and we'll see if everything is, back to the way it was at my house, my apartment. But with that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.